Barbarian. This is a definitely weird one that I thought looked interesting from the trailers, and the good reviews made me interested in seeing a lot more. And I'm glad I did, but I'm still kind of wrapping my head around what I saw. This is a very, very bizarre movie with some bizarre pacing and film choices. It's very weird. This film absolutely loves to play with expectations in some rather mean ways as well, but I'm getting ahead of myself. This film follows a woman named Tess, played by Georgina Campbell, who is in Detroit for a job interview, finding that the AirBNB that she rented was already rented out to a strange man named Keith, played by Bill Skarsgård, Pennywise. It's the middle of the night and she can't go anywhere else. Things take a creepy turn when strange events happen at night and Tess discovers a strange hidden passage in the basement. I really can't say any more than that or this movie will be spoiled outright, but it's definitely strange, definitely different than you think, and I do have to say, do not look up a cast list or you might be a little confused because this film is all over the place. It leads to its own pros and cons. This isn't a straight-up horror. It's a comedic suspense flick that is full of tonal shifts and surprise characters. It's also a big ol' metaphor for rape culture, if you care to read into that sort of, quote, deeper messaging. It's not spelled out for you, aside from maybe one monologue in the beginning, but it's very smartly written. I actually quite enjoy it. But with it not being spelled out, that can be frustrating for those trying to piece together what it is they just watched. Not everything is explained. Some characters just say they know things with no explanation, and one character's background is shown briefly and then never touched on fully, instead given the barest of explanations. The cause and the how doesn't really matter, or at least the film doesn't really seem interested in explaining, putting everything else out there for the deeper message. On one hand, I can appreciate this sense of ballsiness, but on the other hand, it leaves me with a lot of questions about the logic of the flick. Like, why is one door locked for some characters but not for others? How did this one character know all these intricate details? Why did the mystery dude do a thing? It's hard to explain without ruining it. But the point I'm trying to make is that it can be difficult for regular theater goers to focus on after the credits roll. And I barely had anyone in my theater, and there were still people going like, what the hell is going on, several points throughout the film. People were reacting very differently depending on who was on screen at the time, and I just find that interesting. I get it's a deeper message about everything here, but the basic world should still be examined. It's fine to have a few details be ignored for story's sake, but backstories and such should still be fleshed out better. Like at the very beginning of the movie, we see Tess as she's getting calls from someone named Marcus, who's never brought up or talked about. Why include that detail? Does she have a history or something? Is she running from something? It's a question you'll never get an answer to, and you're meant to infer about it, but that's just frustrating for an obvious reason. It's not to say that the movie is bad. No, it's good. It's well shot. It has wonderful use of dark spaces and light play and an incredibly disturbing setting in the house and the passage. It's dark and oppressing, but also very funny in some absurd instances that I can only assume were meant to be jokes. And again, those tonal shifts are odd. Every third of the movie it shifts tone dramatically. I do enjoy one particular scene that is shot very differently from the rest of the film, following the character from behind as they do their chores and cuts from place to place, but never leaves them from behind. It's really cool. It's a neat scene, and again, still some great stuff. I love Tess's character, and Georgina Campbell does an amazing job as well. Bill Skarsgård is fun as well. I recommend it. I say go in blind. This film clearly wants you to be unsure of what's going on and to go into it with that sense of, I don't know what this is about, I don't know what's up. It's funny, suspenseful, genuinely an interesting ride that will have you go, what the fuck did I just watch when it's all done? Also, some very good practical gore. I forgot to mention that. Goopy and gross and barbaric. I still think it's worth a watch, even if it is very weird.
Nope.
You just kind of have to strap in and go for the ride. It's not a fantastic movie, but it's definitely one that benefits from being seen. Barbarian gets a 7.5 out of 10 from me. Hey guys, thanks for sticking around for another one. I like films that veer off out of expectations, and this one, the trailers kind of lie to you, slightly. It's a very weird thing, and I'm glad I went in without checking a cast list, because one character shows up and I'm like, what the hell? Why is this dude here? What? It's frankly bizarre, but I like the focus of Tess and Keith. And there's a fun little story that I found out where the director was trying to think up ways to make Keith a little unsettling. You can see it in the trailer. It's fine. It's just a weird premise. And they're like, oh, what's the list of red flags we can pull up? And let's just write them into this character and see what sticks. I can't. I'm still thinking about it. I saw it like 2 days ago, and I'm trying to piece it together in my head here, and it's so I don't know. I thought it was funny. My theater was laughing at a bunch of points as well, but again, it's absurdist humor, like, oh wow, this is just bizarre, it has to be funny type thing. I really can't think of anything that is similar to this, so I can't really think about like what, if you like this movie, you'd like this movie. This is just definitely something interesting. Give it a watch, let me know what you think in the comments below. Did you hate it? Did you think it was too weird? Let me know. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that bell so you don't miss a video, and that's it. Have a great day, and if you're not, have a better one. See ya.
I'm just a ghost in your stereo, the fading memory of a shipwreck in the undertow. You're just a lost soul, and I'm just a